Hi, Team Fly, and welcome back to the Always Lure podcast. I'm your host, Ariadna, and we're tuning back in for another Motivational Monday and just talking all about taking a break, basically. So this episode's called Take a Break Superhero. Um, Once again, this is all about reminders, both self-reminder, both reminder to you, you just happen to turn on this episode. It's meant for you for a reason. If you're here, it's for a reason. It's actually for you. So, with this, I'm going to do a little bit of lighthearted reasons and reminder for you to take a break because it's so utterly important. So, obviously, I've been doing a lot of doctory things lately. I have health issues that I'm fixing. And I'm also going through a big life change and shift, and just there's always something going on, isn't there? At the end of the day, there's always something going on and something different, and this life is always moving. So, taking a break for me looks very different because I didn't really allow myself to take breaks because we're always in, well, we slash me, I guess, I'm always in flight mode time and time and again, and especially with the changing times because of a pandemic. It's the first time we've ever lived through a pandemic, any one of our generations as far as I'm concerned. Yes. Definitely. um we kind of forget what taking a break looks like. We're so caught up with 9 to 5 hustle and bustle and things like that now, since we've gone through the shift and the change and the new earth is becoming, and we're quote unquote post pandemic, not really. And even though we're going in some ways back to where we used to be, like Harry Styles says, nothing is the same. Wait, no, it's not the same as it was. It's not. Not only because we as human beings internally just shifted and went through a whole different change, whether you found out about it, whether you realized, whether you're like, no, I'm still the same. You're not the same as you were 2.5 years ago, without a doubt. So, this goes to taking breaks. This goes to literally new earth, like literally new ways of, like, where before you would have to like make contact all the time and work, and like, for example, if you had a show, if you had a podcast, which they were really big back then, of course, but if you had whatever product, you're like, oh, we have to like keep making new ones, making new ones, making new ones, making new ones. So it was more like quantity over quality. It was more like fast paced, and you're like, no, 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 we're gonna calm down, we're gonna take a break, because not only what has happened has affected me in my mind, body, soul kind of way, especially me, because once again, I am very upfront and honest about it. There's an episode about it, as I already told you all. It's a Go to Fly episode that's early May in this season. That's like a recap of like March 2020 till early May this year. And through all that, like, it's taken some time for me to realize, okay, again, not only have you moved, not only have you changed careers, not only have you like let go of so many things and just had a whole rebirth, it showed up in your mind, body, and soul. It showed up in many different ways. You also had to learn, and you were still learning how to be. How to be in the moment. It's such a difficult task for a lot of people because, once again, we're so used to that mindset of like, go, 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 for whatever reason. So, if you're feeling any one of the things that I'm about to say, you know what I mean? Like chronic tiredness, reduced productivity, frequent mood swings, not able to enjoy things as much, emotional numbness, health problems, anxiety or stress, loss of motivation, or feeling useless, any of these mentioned above, or anything relative to that, similar to that, please go reach for help, and please go not only take a break, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit more, but reach out for help. There's so many resources you can have today, no matter what country you're from. In general, we are all connected through the internet. If you're listening to this podcast, some way, somehow, you have internet in your house, or in your proximity at least. Reach out for help, because you're definitely not alone. There's a reason behind me showing up the way that I am, me telling you my life the way that I do, and me just being me right now, because I truly believe we're a community of people and we have to understand that we're not alone. So, when was the last time you took a break? Like, what's happening with you in breaks here? Because that's super important. And we do have some life pressures, and then a lot of people say like, oh, but I don't have the luxury to, like, oh, I'm a single mom, or I'm so and so, or I have free jobs, or I have to put. I'm like, yes, I get it, I got you, I get it. Like, I'm not here telling you, oh my God, you're, through all the things that you already have, like, add to your list, take a break because you're being forced to. No. First of all, it's a choice, it's an opinion, and it's an option. But second of all, I understand how hard life is, and I'm not here to devalue whatever it is that you're going through by any means or ways. So for me, it's a simple understanding of, like, a reminder, because if you're listening to this, it's definitely meant for you to say, hey, take a break. It could be a 5-minute break every day. It could be a half an hour break every day. Little by little, start taking breaks. It can be a full-on, oh my God, I'm on overdrive, I really need help, I'm so freaking exhausted, I'm just gonna take a 2-week holiday, a 2-week break. And with that holiday, you don't even have to go traveling. Most times, most people, especially recently, they just want to stay at home and just be like, woof, let me do nothing, you know what I mean? So this goes to show you, like, as a reminder that breaks doesn't equivalent to, like, vacation by any means. It's not only that. A break can be like that 5-minute break of, like, after you're working for 2 hours, 3 hours, whether it's on your podcast, on your personal project, on teaching, on your 9 to 5, on whatever it is that you do with your life. Having a 15-minute break after 2 hours is super important. Having that break to drink some water, having that break to step out of that zone and walk in and be like, okay, those kind of breaks. Because it's needed for you to be aligned and center, Like I said, ways for you to do that is to move your body, is to drink some water, drink more water, please. Going back to the first one, move your body. If you're sitting down at a desk 8 hours, if you're always on the screens, rest your eyes, rest your vision, go out and move your body. Go find yourself the funnest class you can think of at the gym and go for it and just do that. You know what I mean? Definitely drink more water and eat your greens. Eat vegetables, eat stuff that makes you actively healthy and actively feel good with yourself. Do more of what makes you happy. That's what breaks can look like as well. Breaks doesn't have to be sitting in meditation or sitting in silence for 5 minutes. Watch that YouTube clip that you've been wanting to watch about your favorite talk show host. Go watch one of your favorite shows. Do more of what you love. After working 40-hour week, after working all the hours in the world during the week, go to see that play that you really wanted to watch. Go watch that game. Go hang out with your friends. Do more of what makes you happy. And like I said before in previous episodes, was freaking true. The more that you make yourself happier, the more stuff that you do to make your inner self happier, your life is going to be a lot more smoother and a lot more better. You get what I mean? A lot better. So definitely, I remind you, this is a reminder to remind you. This is a reminder. Reminder! We're not machines. We're not built to be always working and always doing. And that's a self-reminder for myself, because like I keep saying, I'm a little, like, the Energizer Bunny. That's one of my nicknames, because I go all the time, and I used to go a lot pre-pandemic, and post-pandemic is kind of difficult, because I also need to take more breaks. Because it doesn't matter how rich you are, how poor you are, you still have that time in the world. We all need lunch breaks. We all need to eat. We all need that mental break. It doesn't matter the amount of money you have in the bank. It doesn't matter what kind of job you have. It does not matter, because you are a human being and I'm a human being, and we all need those breaks. And I think that's really important also to acknowledge that you need breaks. Not only as a person, first of all, that you need a break from your job, or you need a break from a certain person, or you need a break from a certain activity, or you need a break period, or etc. But also, like, if you're a content creator and it was so needed at some point that we always make content and always need it and always be online and always, and if not, you're gonna lose people, and if not, you're gonna like have less views, and if not, no. If you're doing that and in that mindset, all that energy makes no sense, because you're just gonna keep uploading or keep putting content out there that's not fully 100% you. So if you're a content creator or entrepreneur or a business owner or something along the creative line, a musician, an artist, you don't have to go all the time. It takes so much courage to acknowledge that you need a break for your mind, body, or soul, or all of them and all of the above. And I think that's really important for you to see that, because the more we do it and the more we stand up to ourselves and be like, this is, I step into my power and I really say that I really want to take a break because I need it, the more we set an example for so many other people. And if we're not business owners and entrepreneurs, for example, or content creators, it's still, you're setting an example for people all around you. Even if you don't have kids, you're still setting an example for people around you, because if you tell that friend, like, oh my god, I took a social media break, or I took a break, I unplugged my phone for a whole week and I just sat with myself the whole weekend, you know what I mean? Those things matter, because we start showing up as ourselves even more. We start recharging our needs even more. But like I said, we just give a really, really good example to the world, and that's super important. If you do have kids, I see it all the time with gentle parenting and Montessori, how we have to apologize to our kids, how we have to accept that, like, we also make mistakes and we're also going through something. Just because you have a child that's 2 or that's 1 or that's 21, they're a human being. They have feelings and thoughts and emotions, and especially when they're little, they can't handle those emotions because they don't know how to. So that's where like the temper tantrums come from and things like that. So one of the biggest things behind that concept, that new concept that more and more people are starting to do with gentle parenting, Montessori, etc., treating kids like actual human beings. If you say to your child, like, I need a break, and it's not a break from you because you're driving me crazy, it's just like, I need a mental break because I'm overwhelmed, or, you know, I have a lot of things on my plate, or whatever the way that you feel like wording that to the best of your abilities. The example that you're going to set to that child, to say, oh, having a break is valid. I can take a break and I'm still being like, I'm still worthy of something. Because that's something else I was about to say. We're so used to putting like productivity to worthiness that those two things do not connect. I can be productive. I know I'm productive if I sit down on my bed all day and do nothing. If I meditate, if I dance, if I walk, if I write in my journal, if I watch my favorite TV show all day, if I play Legos, if I go out there and like take a million pictures, if I go to the beach, all of that and more, I'm still being productive, because resting is productive, because taking a break is productive, because we all need that recharge. So once again, this is just a quick, short reminder of an episode for you to be like, oh my god, when was the last time I took a break? Oh my god. How do I make my life better? What areas of my life do I feel a little bit shakier than others? How do I shift that? What can I do that makes me happier every day more and more? Compliment yourself. That's something else I need to remind you. You have to compliment yourself and love yourself. And that's the hardest thing to do. I gets it. It's so needed. I have to sit here, like, look at myself in the mirror, and that's like a huge task, like a huge homework piece, to sit with myself in front of a mirror for 5 minutes and tell myself beautiful things, so I believe that I'm beautiful, so I realize how beautiful I am inside and out. I understand the inside part. Like, I understand where my strength and that power comes from. It's just the outside, because of the pandemic, because of all this. And I just look at myself, I'm like, I'm not seeing beauty behind it. So that can cause a mental and an emotional stress with myself, because I'm not being kind to myself. And when you pinpoint that out, when you sit with yourself and be like, okay, why am I stressed? What area of my life needs that kind of help and that kind of like fix? Then you go towards that and be like, okay, how can I do that? In my case, I sit 5 minutes and I have to, and it's hard. And you usually, not only the face, it's like your whole body. You can be naked, you can be in your underwear, it doesn't matter. You know, it's hard because we're not used to that. Because of this, like, whereas before, like I was saying earlier in this episode, we lived in a world where productivity was the best, hustle and bustle is what you needed to do. Now we're starting to shift and change that. So no one really taught us how to love ourselves. No one really stopped and like told us and smelled the roses, be like, oh, this is the process that you do. This is how you love yourself since the day you were born. Because you best believe the moment that we have kids, they're going to be sitting in front of the mirror every single day saying, I'm beautiful, I am loved, I am gorgeous, I am powerful, I am brave, and all these sorts of mantras. So by the time those kids are 10, they have so much inner power, inner love, that's exactly what the world needs a lot more of. So that way they don't go what we went through, because I know a lot of people that go through the same thing. So circling back to what we're saying here in this short episode as a reminder, is take that break. Take a break, superhero. Take your break. Because life's too short to be on the run the whole time. There's no need. Everything's energy. It's not time. We're in a weird timeline that we think that we work better with the clock and like, oh, it's morning at 9 a.m., but it's 9 p.m. No, you do whatever feels right for you and make sure that you take those breaks and do what aligns with your heart. Simple as that. How are you going to start today? I don't know. You tell me. What's a way that for you to start understanding that you need a break? But not only that, how are you going to start taking breaks in your life? What's that going to look like for you? I'm so thankful you're here. I'm thankful that you're here listening to this episode and listening to this message, and that you're here listening to this message, like I just said. Not because it comes through me or comes from me. It's coming through me to you. There's a reason why you're here, and I'm so happy you're here today. Team Flyer. I'm thankful for you every single day. I'm empowered by you. I'm inspired by you. Keep sharing, liking, subscribing, keep being who you are. Keep sharing your stories with me in the comments and everything else, because you make our world such a better place. We got this. All right? And remember, take a break, superhero. Take a break.